You're going to have a very tough choice the day after you take the oath of office, or maybe even the day that you take the oath of office. You're either going to have to pardon yourself or you're going to have to fire Jack Smith. Which one will you do?
Oh, it's so easy. It's so easy. That he's a crooked person. He's a corrupt person. We had a brave, brilliant judge in Florida. She's a brilliant judge, by the way. I don't know. I never spoke to her. We had a brave and very brilliant judge. And what she has suffered through with these animal people, she was listening to why, putting out statements. She doesn't move fast. She doesn't that well. She moved fast. But the fact is, and the big case was that case, the Boxer case. You even said, "Oh, that's the big case." We won the
yes, I did.
Case. We're in the process of winning all the other cases. I think, even sometimes when we have to go to appeal, we got immunity at the Supreme Court. It's so easy. I would fire him within 2 seconds.
This is Michael Popok, Legal AF. Donald Trump just declared that the first thing he's going to do within the first 2 seconds of getting back into office is to fire the special counsel that's prosecuting him for over 44 felony counts in 2 different locations, Mar-a-Lago for the espionage and obstruction of justice and the D.C. election interference case. He said it in response to a softball question posed to him by a right-wing podcaster, an interviewer, Hugh Hewitt, who said, what are you going to do faster? Are you going to pardon yourself and others around you, or are you going to fire Jack Smith? And Donald Trump said, that's easy. I'm going to fire Jack Smith. Further emboldened, if anybody doubted that he would be emboldened by the United States Supreme Court's decisions over the summer to levitate his presidency and the presidency above the 2 other allegedly co-equal branches of government, destroy that entire symmetry and checks and balance. He said in response to another question by Hugh Hewitt, we can do it too because we've got full immunity by the United States Supreme Court. In other words, we got the Supreme Court and John Roberts and Gorsuch and Alito and Thomas in our back pocket. We knew, and we talked about it on Legal AF and here on the MeidasTouch Network, that ruling would have a tremendously negative, deleterious effect on our country and on Donald Trump's mind. Now he thinks he's free, right? The monster is unleashed. There are no checks and balances on him, and he knows it, at least while the Supreme Court is still around. Something we can do about that at the election time, by the way. Now, this is a series of things that we've been watching that are disturbing that I wanted to bring to your attention on this hot take just this week alone. Just this week alone, it's hard to believe. I'm like, I can be exhausted by what Donald Trump says, but I try to follow the continuity of it so that you understand that these are not idle threats and we need to take them seriously. And this should be a decision-making tree that you use on who you vote for. In the last week alone, he said he's going to turn the American military on U.S. citizens, other U.S. citizens, as an act of suppression against the enemies from within, which are American citizens. And if you had any doubt about it, he used as examples American citizens who happen to be in the Democratic Party. That is a violation of various acts and things that reside in our Constitution and came out of our Civil War era, but that relies on a Supreme Court serving as our last firewall against an out-of-control fascist president. And does anybody here believe that we have such a Supreme Court? I mean, the Pew Charitable Trust just did a survey in the last couple of days that the belief in the integrity of the Supreme Court by the public is down to 20%. And so Donald Trump knows that. He says, I got him in my back pocket. I can do whatever I want. I'm going to fire Jack Smith. Well, that's not how that works. But here's the other things he said this week before I get to the logistics. He also said, and had it leaked, and now I believe that it was an actual leak that was directed by Donald Trump and people in his campaign to declare that Aileen Cannon, the judge who dismissed the Mar-a-Lago case in his favor, finding for the first time in 250 years that a prosecutor has no special prosecutor is not properly appointed by the Attorney General under the Constitution. First time ever a judge has ever found that in violation of the United States Supreme Court's own precedent. He leaked it, I am sure now, in order to elevate her and bolster her credentials, because the following day he filed a motion or a request for a motion to be filed in the D.C. election interference case just 2 days ago, telling Judge Chutkan, we're moving to dismiss this case and the special prosecutor based on the logic and reasoning of Judge Cannon in Mar-a-Lago. They know that the Judge Chutkin, in September already shook her head and said, I don't find that to be compelling legal reasoning, what she did to dismiss the Mar-a-Lago case that's now up on appeal with the 11th Circuit. So to bolster her and to signal and activate the base and get them to vote and to show that there's a quid pro quo and a reward system at play with Donald Trump, they let it be leaked in the last 48 hours that she is their number 2 choice, or maybe their number 1 choice, to be the Attorney General of the United States. And if that doesn't scare you, how about Justice Aileen Cannon? Or both. She starts as the Attorney General, and then when there's an opening, Justice Aileen Cannon. There's a way to stop it. It's called voting. Traditional bed sheets, they can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat. It can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses, and it's just gross. Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning, antibacterial bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent up to 99.7% of bacteria growth and require up to 3 times less laundry. Using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, no matter the weather. So you get better sleep every night. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands, and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Go to trymiracle.com/legalaf to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo, LegalAF, at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/legalaf and use the code LegalAF to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/legalaf to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. Now you have Aileen Cannon and the gift, the job offer in public that's been made to her, because Donald Trump is cocky. He thinks he's got that Supreme Court in his back pocket. He thinks he's going to win the election, and he thinks the 11th Circuit is not going to reinstate the Mar-a-Lago indictment. He's got to run the table for all that to happen. If he's wrong and the 11th Circuit does reinstate the Mar-a-Lago indictment, which I believe they will, he loses the election. He's going to lose Aileen Cannon as the judge, the only judge he had in his back pocket down in Florida, and another judge in the Southern District will be assigned to that criminal case. But look what Donald Trump says. I'm going to dismiss Jack Smith in 2 seconds. Now, let me talk about that for a minute. That's not how that works. Let's say Donald Trump somehow did win the election sometime in November. He's not the president until January. Between November and January, Jack Smith is safe. Once Donald Trump gets in, he can't directly fire. It has to go through an attorney general. So he has to get an attorney general, he has to get one confirmed through the Senate, which takes a minute. It could take 30 days at least. In the interim, he'll try to find somebody that's a MAGA inside of the Justice Department, if they haven't all resigned by then, to elevate to an acting attorney general without Senate confirmation and order that person to fire Jack Smith. That's how that works. And then he'll deal with the self-pardon issue at another time, listening to the dulcet sounds of Neil Gorsuch on the Supreme Court, who suggested that self-pardon was possible. But the fact that Donald Trump is telling the American people, you vote for me and you vote for lawlessness. You vote for me and you vote against the rule of law. I flout the rule of law. I am contemptuous of the rule of law. I, by extension, are contemptuous of our American values in society, and I shouldn't get anywhere near the presidency. That's what anyone that's left on the fence at this point, at whatever number percentage that is, 3% or 5%, are making their decision at the last minute, or too embarrassed to admit that they're considering voting for Donald Trump. Listen to our hot takes here. Listen to our analysis here. It's not okay that Donald Trump is saying he's going to dismiss the special counsel or special prosecutor, right? That's what Nixon tried to do in the last criminal presidency that we had. And we shouldn't be so cavalier about it and so callous about it and so Trump fatigued about it. This is all okay. It's not okay. It's not okay to reward a judge who you think did you a solid by dismissing your indictment with a plum job to be the attorney general or on the U.S. Supreme Court and pander to your base by saying, look, we elevated Aileen Cannon. We're going to elevate her. Vote for me and Aileen Cannon will be rewarded. Yeah. And then have this unholy alliance of Aileen Cannon as the attorney general, the deputy attorney general reporting to her, the criminal defense lawyer that was appearing in front of her for Donald Trump and Todd Blanche, or make Todd Blanche, his criminal defense lawyer, the head of the FBI, or make Kash Patel, that shouldn't be allowed to run a bath, let alone an intelligence agency, being considered for the head of this National Intelligence Office or the CIA. Kash Patel just said last week, listen to them. They are telling us what they're going to do. Believe them. He said that they're going to jail, and he pointed to people in the media, and people in the other party, the Democratic Party. Listen to Donald Trump. Hear him. Hear what he has to say and believe that he's going to do it if he gets back into power. You have the greatest power. You have the greatest superpower, and it's in your fingertips. It is voting. It is how you topple a dictator. It's how you prevent a fascist overthrow of this country. It's voting. It's registration, it's voting, and it's helping other Americans get out the vote. You get out the vote with them. It's not enough. I hate to be so dire here, but it's not enough for you to just vote. You need you to vote and 5 to 10 other people to vote. Early voting has started in many states. I'm early voting on Monday in New Jersey. You should be early voting wherever you are so that the Democrats can focus their efforts on getting out the vote on Election Day and take you off the rolls because you've already voted. He's going to do everything he said he was going to do on day one. And anybody that thinks, well, I didn't think he was really going to do that. He's going to follow the Project 2025 playbook. He's going to effectively put democracy in jail. He's going to put his political enemies in jail, or try to. He's going to continue to make women second-class citizens. He's going to try to inject more church into state, which is one of their goals. He's going to outlaw and eradicate our public education system through the Department of Education being eliminated. He's going to pardon himself. He's going to fire his prosecutors. He's going to make as much money in the next 4 years as the President of the United States in violation of the Emoluments Clause of the Constitution as he possibly can. As an example of that, we know that Jared Kushner and Ivanka made $500 or $600 million while they were special advisors to the United States of America. While he gets into bed with Elon Musk, who has, by the way, filed an application so that he owns this concept, the United States of America, Inc. That's what they're going to try to make it. A hostile takeover of our democracy led by Donald Trump and his lead general, Elon Musk. You can fight him at the ballot box. Ballots beat bullets. Ballots beat fascism. Ballots beat dictatorship. Ballots protect our democracy. We got to get out there and do it. I'm going to be right here with you on the MeidasTouch Network and on Legal AF, our new YouTube channel in collaboration with the MeidasTouch Network, where we're pro-democracy. So until my next hot take, until my next Legal AF, get out the vote and vote yourself. I'm Michael Popok. In collaboration with the MeidasTouch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories, the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.